Hello everyone, and thanks for joining your girl Cooking with Steph. Today we will be making a one pot dish. I have here already cleaned chicken, and this is the amount of chicken that I will be using for this one pot dish. I'm going to give her another rest. The ingredients I will be using will be a Polo chicken seasoning, turmeric, black pepper. I'm going to start first by adding in my chicken seasoning. A little bit of El Polo. You still here? But I can't see. Some pepper. When you have fresh ground turmeric, you may just want to go ahead on and use a spoon because it is compressed. And I will use 1.5 of fresh ground turmeric. Since I have already added my chicken bouillon, I am going to go ahead on and add my water and allow that chicken to begin cooking. You just want enough water to cover your dish based on how much chicken you're using. And I will show you the level of the water. While that's getting hot, I will go ahead on and work on my fresh vegetables. That chicken is completely covered in water, and that's what you want. I'm going to put the fire on a 4, allow that to cook, and we're going to go over here and work on cutting up these vegetables. In that pot, I will be adding fresh celery, fresh garlic, and some white onion. I like to take my celery and pull it. It releases that string. Take your celery, bend it. It releases that string. You don't want the strings attached to your celery. It will make whatever dish you're cooking extremely bitter just from the string. If you get a piece and it don't want, just continue to the other side, navigate. You see all that? That's what we don't want. I have already washed my celery. I'm going to, however, rinse it again. cutting those very coarsely because it is going into a chicken and rice dish. So I am going to cut it in the middle. See any loose strings, just go over it. Follow that groove in the middle. Can y'all see me on this end? In the middle. I like a lot of celery. It's getting close to the holidays, so we are keeping it over here down to one pot dishes. Who else is resting up for Thanksgiving cooking? Again, coarsely, because the celery will melt when cooking, and you still want to be able to see the celery in your soup, in your stew, in your dishes. I'll sit that to the side. I automatically see the strings that I didn't get. You want to pull those strings. Again, why? Those strings will make your dish extremely bitter. Okay. I will be adding in some fresh white onion. Based on the amount of chicken I have, with 2 cups of rice, that is the amount of vegetables that I want in there. I'm going to cut that core off the tip of that onion. That's enough. That is enough. Let me grab this other knife to bring these vegetables off. My next ingredient will be my fresh garlic. Based again on the amount of meat will determine the amount of vegetables that you're using. And this will be the final vegetable ingredient that's going in that pot. I don't like my board to be wet, but I like my vegetables to be clean. So I'm going to take these garlic, putting them under my blade. When you're mashing it, you're mashing all those oils out of that garlic. You want to be careful. If it's wet, it will slide. And then just go ahead and mince those up. Set these to the side. I am now going to go ahead and add my vegetables to my pot. Y'all with me? And at this point, you can use whatever vegetable that you like. If you like bell pepper, red, green, yellow. You add whatever vegetable you would like to your pot. I choose celery, onion, and garlic. Okay. We're going to go back over here to this pot. And we are going to add the vegetables into this dish. I'm going to bring you over here too so that you can get into this pot. I have here my chicken. I have seasoned it with recap of the chicken el pollo, pepper, turmeric, and the chicken bouillon. I am now adding in my onion, my garlic, my celery, if you can get inside that pot with me. What I'm going to do at this point is to give her a good stir with all the vegetables incorporated with this meat. Again, as always, we're going to go in from the bottom up. From the bottom up. You see that chicken? And we're stirring it in from the bottom up. I am going to add some more water. Which will be a complete 2 bottles, equaling out to 2 and maybe a half a cup. Because again, you want your chicken to cook halfway through, and then remember, the one pot dish, I will be adding my rice along in this one pot. So once that chicken cooks, I will then have enough of the same water to then add in my 2 cups of rice. It's a really beautiful color. I'm going to go ahead and put the top on and allow this to cook for 45 minutes halfway. So we're going to come back and check it at 20 minutes. At that time, we will then add in our rice. So stay tuned as I do my cleanup. When I add in my rice, I will also be adding a can of cream of chicken. Depending on how creamy you like your dish, you can avoid the cream of chicken. Being that I want mine to be a consistency of a casserole creamy, I will be adding in the cream of chicken. Also, a can of cream of mushroom midway. So I will be back. Let me do my cleanup. Allow this chicken and all its flavors to marry together. Have a nice, hearty, warm pot. And I will be back.